Alright, so I have spent the past couple weeks fighting this boss over and over, figuring out a way, well, actually finding out if there even is a way, which there is, spoiler alert. I found a way to fight this boss without doing its puzzle at all as a speedrun strategy. So I'm gonna be showing that off. It's really difficult, and so I know that some people are going to be a little bit too frightened by this strategy. So afterwards, I'm also going to show you a strategy on how to get to this boss really quickly. And that's a lot more friendly for casual players that may just want to get through the game faster. So you can skip to a time code that I'll put on the screen if you just want to see that. For now, I'm just going to show this strategy. I'm going to let the video play through, and then we'll break down what we're doing throughout it. Alright, so let's walk through that a second time. Okay, so basically, as soon as the fight starts, as soon as this cutscene's over, you basically immediately are put on a clock, and you are trying to get up onto the rock that we glided to him from in a certain amount of time, and that requires you to take very precise steps. So everything that I do during this fight is almost necessary in order for you to get to that rock fast enough. So let's break down everything we do. Okay, so first thing, as soon as the fight starts, you want to turn around, run through this snow mountain. Well, it's not a mountain, it's a little hill. But then you want to grapple onto this pillar that is to the left, next to the ice wall. Grapple onto that as soon as you're able to. And then from here, obviously, you want to grapple to this next pillar. I emphasize grapple because some people might be inclined to glide to it. Don't do that because it will not be fast enough. You want to grapple. Now from here, you don't want to just climb up the wall because once again, that's going to cost you too much time. You want to leap backwards off of the wall and then grapple onto it as high up on it as you can. This is probably the hardest part, which is getting through this crack in the ice, because the game does not intend for you to get up through this. So you're going to have to manipulate your character and your camera in order to get through it. There's no set way to do it. You learn the methods, you learn by memory how to manipulate it, because the game is not going to like you going up here. The camera is not going to like it, and your character is not going to like it, but it is very doable. From here, it's self-explanatory, but just don't fall into this little dip in the ice right here to the left, because if you fall into that, there's no way of getting out, and it very much hurts. Now, it will take a little bit of practice for you to learn how to glide across that so quickly, because normally you won't glide across it that fast, that big gap there. There's a certain point during your initial jump into the air that if you start gliding, you will get extra momentum, and that is not necessary per se, but very useful and helpful in many cases to doing this fast enough. At this point, I know that I have gotten the strategy because the Dreki's head is still fairly to the left of the screen, but if at this point you reach the rock and his head is more like in the middle of the screen or to the right of the screen somewhat, then you are out of time and it's not going to work. And there you go. Once this will be, this to me is by far the most reliable grapple point on him that you can get to. So once you know that you're close enough to the point where you can grapple, let go of your glide thingy, and then you'll be able to grapple. And you'll know that you can because of the green crosshair that appears on this point, this grapple point here. Which, by the way, side note, if that green crosshair appears on a grapple, you don't have to aim. Just click and it'll auto-target onto the point. So that's very helpful in this situation. Once you see the little green ridicule, or is that what is it called? I don't know. The little aim thingy on the point, then just click and you'll grapple onto it, and then you're on him. I still have to experiment with how much time this saves, but that's how you can get onto him without doing the puzzle. So that's that, and now we're gonna jump cut over to the strategy to get to his arena really fast. Alright, so here is the travel strategy. So you're gonna, basically the strategy starts as soon as you are in this main hub area. The game obviously wants me to fight the Devourer, but I do them a little bit out of order, which you can do, by the way, if you didn't know that. So here is the very simple strategy. I will talk over it the first time because it's just very simple. So you'll just get onto this little weird, I don't know what these are, these little stone like snake shaped things. So you'll get onto it and you'll move as far down it right here as you can. And then you'll grapple onto this as high as you can. Don't jump, by the way, because if you jump you're going to use too much stamina, and that's pretty much the only problem with this, is conserving your stamina. And then similar to the Dreki, you're just going to jump off of the wall and then glide or grapple back onto it as high up as you can. Except this time you'll do it twice. And then you're up here. And once you get up on this little ice corner thingy, you're pretty much going to glide straight across right over to here. I think you can see my mouse, hopefully. You'll glide right over to here. So don't go over here and don't go over here. Go right across. Then you'll just grapple onto this big rock right here. Once you get up here, the choice is kind of yours. If you want, you can just glide straight down to the ice statue over here, but I personally like to go across some more of these rocks here first. And after that, you're ready to just glide straight in. And there you are, you pretty much made it. And there you go. That's the quick way to get to him. So, hopefully, at least one of these helps you out a little bit. Whether you're just looking for the travel one or you want to do the fight one, don't be too hard on yourself with the fighting strategy because it's really difficult. It took me countless attempts to even figure it out, and I still don't have it down consistently, not even close. You probably won't get it on your first try. You probably won't get it on your first 30 tries. I didn't. I didn't get it on my first 50 at least. So it's very difficult, but if you want to go for it, I wish you the best of luck. If not, I hope at least one of these helps you out, and I'll be working on more strategies and sharing them as I find them out.